Hey, what's up, man? Gary Walker here with WalkerFitMuscle.com. Okay, in this video, I'm going to tell you what you can do to get ripped now. Here's the cool thing. A lot of different ways to get ripped, obviously, a lot of long-term methods, a lot of ways to do it. I'm gonna give you a quick way to do it. You got a vacation coming up, you've got something you're trying to get ready for. This is one of the fastest ways to help you get ready, help you get ripped. All right, here's the thing. Basically, all you need are some dumbbells. I created the exercises around a home workout. You can do dumbbells at the gym, you can do dumbbells at home. There's, again, a lot of different ways to structure this, but I didn't want you to have no gym as an excuse for not getting ripped now. So that being said, the very first thing you definitely need to focus on is your nutrition. All right, here's the thing. When it comes to nutrition, the first thing you gotta do is eliminate the processed crap, eliminate the sugars, the breads, pastries, get all that crap, the empty calories like alcohol, all the liquid calories that provide you zero nutritional value, all right? So eliminate all of that crap, because again, the goal is to get ripped optimally, but get ripped as quick as possible. Here's the thing. Once you've eliminated all that, the next step you're gonna do, it's a two-step system. There's two different things I really want you to focus on. One is intermittent fasting. Basically, intermittent fasting is you're fasting overnight and then most of the morning. So basically what you can do, eat your last meal at 7 at night. Don't eat again until 11 or noon the next day. Eat 3 meals. That's the key with this as well. I only want you to eat 3 meals. Again, this isn't a long-term thing. This is a quick fix, something that we want to get you as much fat off your body as possible to get you ready for something. This isn't something I want you to sustain for the rest of your life, so keep that in mind when you're looking at what I'm about to tell you. All right, so intermittent fasting, 3 meals a day. So we've got that covered, basically 12, 4, 7, something like that. Structure it around your schedule. If you work overnight, do the same thing, just flip the hours around, all right? 3 meals within that small window, and you still get that large fast period. So intermittent fasting, and you're also gonna incorporate a version of carb cycling, a type of carb cycling, all right? I wanna make sure that you understand this isn't the traditional carb cycling. Carb cycling can become very difficult to follow long term. And I tried to do something that's actually fairly easy to follow, and an easier structure. So basically what you're gonna be doing, you're gonna be doing 3 resistance training workouts a week, all right? You're gonna train with weights 3 times a week, preferably every other day. So what you're going to do on those days, your 3 meals are going to have lean protein, essential fats, fibrous carbs, and complex carbs, okay? On the other 4 days of the week that you're not doing your resistance training, you're eliminating the complex carbs. Everything else remains the same. 3 meals, you're gonna do your lean protein, your essential fats, and your fibrous carbs, but no complex carbs. The complex carbs are only to be eaten on the days you're doing resistance training. And again, you're only doing that 3 times per week. So let's cover some of these quickly. Lean protein sources, lean chicken breasts, grass-fed beef, eggs. And when I say eggs, I want you to eat the whole egg. Egg whites are full of protein, but the egg yolks are full of testosterone boosting fats. So really good fats for your body. So you want to do that. That's considered essential fats. All right, some fish, lean cuts of fish, other lean cuts of beef, and those are going to be some of your lean protein sources. Now your fibrous carbs are your broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, green leafy veggies. All of those things are your fibrous carbs that can be eaten with every meal. Now the essential fats you've got coconut oil, you've got extra virgin olive oil, fish oil. Oils are really good. Butter from grass-fed butter. The egg yolks we've already spoke about. There's Brazil nuts, there's macadamia nuts, there's almonds. All of those are good sources of fat as well. And fat in the grass-fed beef, fat in the grass-fed butter. So a lot of good fat sources that I want you to focus on. Again, that's gonna help with optimizing your hormones. So testosterone, most importantly. All right, so now the other macronutrient. We've already covered slightly the carbs with the fibrous carbs, but we're gonna get into the complex carbs. Here's the thing with the complex carbs. Complex carbs that you're gonna be eating on the days that you do resistance training: rice, jasmine rice, white rice, brown rice, quinoa, lentils. Some of those are really good sources, oatmeal. So all of those are really good fuel as well. And potatoes, if you like sweet potatoes, yams, white potatoes, brown potatoes, red potatoes, there's all different colors of potatoes. You can have all of those. All right, so those are only going to be eaten on the 3 meals on the day you do resistance training. So that's how we're going to keep this simple. All right, so follow all of that, and you're not even going to have to count your calories. That's the thing. There's a lot of different methods that have you counting calories. If it fits your macros, everything that goes in your mouth, you have to count and account for. We're not even doing that. You're eating your 3 meals in a small window, and the types of food you're eating, it's really hard to overeat. So more than likely, you're already going to be in a deficit. So that's the main thing when you are wanting to lose fat, is creating a caloric deficit. By eating the way I'm outlining, you're naturally going to be in a caloric deficit. So that's the other focus with this. All right. Now, the days you're not doing resistance training, I want you to do some type of active cardio. Go to a track, hit a treadmill, do sprints. I recommend sprints if you want optimal results, you want to get lean extremely quick, then I like doing sprints. The sprints can be done on a bike, a rower. I don't mean just going to the track and all out sprinting like running, all right? It could be any types of sprints. So basically what you're going to be doing when you do your sprints, 20 seconds, all out intensity as fast as you can, whether it's a bike, it's a treadmill, it's wherever you're doing a rower, okay? 20 seconds all out intensity, and then 40 seconds of rest or coast. So rest or coast, take it easy, and then get into another 20-second sprint, and then 40 seconds of rest or coast. That's how you're gonna do each minute. 5 intervals is 5 minutes, 10 intervals is 10 minutes. So 20-second sprints, 40 seconds rest. 20-second sprints, that's the goal, 40 seconds rest. So you wanna do that for about 10 to 15 rounds. So in other words, 10 to 15 minutes. Do that on your off days. All right, now we're getting into your resistance training days. Resistance training days utilizing dumbbells, you basically want to be doing compound lifts. So I designed everything based on doing compound exercises. Compound exercises are going to give you your biggest bang for your buck because you're going to be increasing your hormones, your testosterone, your growth hormone. You're going to be boosting your metabolism, burning fat. You're doing all of these things simultaneously. So that's where all the big benefits come from doing these exercises I'm about to recommend. These are not isolation exercises. These are all straight up compound multi-joint movements. So the first one we're going to focus on is a squat, a dumbbell squat. There's dumbbell squats, there's dumbbell goblet squats. So whichever one you prefer. The key with the squats is hinging at the hips. You want to make sure you're hinging at the hips, then dropping down into your descent. Go as deep as you can, but only as deep as you can comfortably go, because we're all built different. Not everybody can go ass to grass with their squats. Take it as deep as you can, keep your core extremely tight, spine and neck should be straight and rigid. All right, nice and slow on the descent, and control the entire movement. I really want you to focus on contracting your legs on the way up, your glutes, your quads, get good contractions on the way up. All right, once you've done your squats, now we're gonna get into an upper body movement, and you're gonna be doing a dumbbell bench press. Dumbbell bench press, good overall push movement. Chest, shoulders, triceps. You're working a lot of different muscle groups, and you're bending the elbows, you're bending the shoulders. So that's the multi-joint movement here. So same thing with the dumbbell bench press. Go as heavy as you can go. For all of these exercises, I want you to shoot for 10 to 12 reps. That's the other thing. 10 to 12 reps and about 4 sets of each. 4 sets, each one of these exercises, 10 to 12 reps. So with the bench press, nice good stretch on the way down. Again, go as deep as you can comfortably go. I don't want you to strain your shoulders. If you find your shoulders hurting on the way down, then rotate your palms slightly so that they're facing one another. That's considered a neutral grip. Palms facing away from your body is a pronated grip, all right? Which is the standard method for doing a bench press. As you rotate those palms towards one another, that's a neutral grip, and that's gonna give you more clearance in your shoulder joint, so it's gonna take some of the tension away from your shoulders. Specifically the joints in your shoulders, which tends to bother a lot of people. So nice good stretch at the bottom, and explode that weight back up. Nice good stretch and control towards the bottom, explode that weight back up. All right, once you've done your bench press, we're going back to another lower body movement, this time a posterior movement. We're gonna do the RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts, utilizing dumbbells. So basically here with the RDLs, the goal here is to work those hamstrings, the glutes, that lower back, so the posterior muscles. And what you wanna do here, again, is another hip hinge movement. Keep the dumbbells as close to your body as possible. Allow the dumbbells to ride down your legs. If you allow the dumbbells to go too far away from your body, it's gonna create stress on your lumbar spine, your lower back. That's definitely not what you want. So hinge at the hips by getting your glutes, your booty all the way back. If there's a wall behind you, imagine touching that wall with your butt. While you're driving your glutes back, you're lowering the weights. You should feel a nice deep stretch in your hamstrings. Don't overstretch this movement. A lot of people will get to the bottom of their stretch and then round their back just to get even lower. You don't want to do that. You want to keep your chest nice and tall, keep it out, shoulders back, and that's going to help you from going too far down, from rounding your lower back. So just go as far as you can comfortably stretch and then raise the weight back up. All right, from here, we're going to get into one of the power movements that I like, which creates a lot of burn, metabolic burn, a lot of increase with your growth hormone, with your testosterone, and that's going to be a dumbbell hanging, clean, and press. So basically, you want to get some heavy dumbbells, as heavy as you can. Have those hanging down on your thighs, or at least near your thighs. Here, the initial part of the movement, you want to make sure you're contracting those glutes and contracting your core, all right? Keep your glutes, keep your core nice and tight. Go ahead and bend the knees slightly and the hips slightly. This is going to take some of the tension off your lower back. So the main thing you want to do is really power that weight up into a normal hanging clean. All right, just a hanging clean. A power clean is something that a lot of people do from the floor. You're actually hanging the weights down to your thighs. That's what makes this a hanging clean as opposed to a power clean. All right, a lot of similar benefits with this, but mostly upper body benefits, which is what I really want you to focus on. Power clean is a lot of hips and glutes, and we don't really want to focus on that here. We mainly want to focus on the hanging clean, the upper back, the mid back, the meaty portion of your back. All right, again, posterior on the way up, hitting those traps as well. Once you get the dumbbells up to your shoulders, again, keep your core nice and tight, and then drive those dumbbells up into a overhead shoulder press. That's the press version of the overhead, of the hanging clean and press. So nice and slow on the way down, and then reverse the movement back down to your thighs, and then again, clean the weight back up to your shoulders, and forcefully press that weight back up. Explosively press the weight, but on the way down from the overhead press, control it. Don't drop the weight. Make sure you're controlling it. That's going to put a lot of emphasis on building those shoulders, which is what we really want to focus on with the second half of this movement. All right, from here, you're going to get into a dumbbell back row. Dumbbell back row, another thing to really focus on is hinging at the hips, similar to the dumbbell RDL, similar to the squats. I don't want you to just bend over. Grab the dumbbells and bend over. Again, too much stress on your lumbar spine. So here, I want you to get these dumbbells, hinge at the hips once again by driving the glutes back, and keep your core tight, keep your chest out, get the weights down to your sides, allow them to hang, and drive the dumbbells up, drive the weight up utilizing your elbows, all right? That's where you initiate the movement from when you're working a back exercise. It's not curling the weight up, getting those arms involved too much. It is allowing the elbows to be the drivers, the prime movers. So once you're bent over, the weights are dangling down there, you've got your core supporting your lower back, then you're squeezing your lats, squeezing your shoulder blades, driving the weights back with your elbows. Hold that contraction and then slowly lower the weight back down to the starting position. Again, once at the starting position, go ahead and squeeze your back, squeeze your shoulder blades, drive with the elbows. You're gonna do that for each and every rep. And by driving with the elbows, you really are gonna be placing a lot of the emphasis on your lats and rhomboids, everywhere you want to focus on when you're building your back. All right, we're almost done. We're gonna hit some arms real quick. So now I want you to do a dumbbell overhead tricep extension. Dumbbell overhead tricep extension. I like this version because you get a really deep stretch in the triceps. Again, bringing the dumbbells overhead, the key focus here is keeping your elbows in tight to your body. Don't allow them to flare out too much. That's your natural tendency, is allow them to flare. If they flare out too much, it's going to create a little bit of stress on those elbows and shoulders. So I don't want you to do that. So bring those elbows in nice and tight. Again, I want to point out, we all have different shoulder mobility, so nice and tight for you may have a little flare. If that's the case, that's okay. You don't have to force something that's not meant to be. So just make sure it's comfortable within the joint when you're doing the exercise. You should feel the full stretch on the way down in your triceps. So allow it to stretch back, but keep your core tight, okay? Don't allow your abs, stomach to stick all the way out on the way back down when you're extending the triceps. So you want to make sure you're keeping that core tight and engaged, glutes as well. That's going to support your entire lower back. All right, once you're stretched, then go ahead and extend that dumbbell back to the top and contract as hard as possible. Once again, just as you're going to be doing with all these exercises, focus on using a slow and controlled cadence. About 3 seconds down and explode the weight back up. I like explosive concentric contractions, which is the shortening of the muscle. On the way down, you're stretching that tricep. That needs to be about 3 or 4 seconds. Nice, slow, and controlled. On the way up, then that's shortening that tricep, a concentric contraction. That's where I want you to forcefully explode that weight back up. All right, that's going to help hit those type 2 muscle fibers, those fast twitch muscle fibers. But all right, that's going to hit your triceps. Now we're going to get into a Zottman curl for your biceps and forearms, which is why I'm choosing the Zottman curl. A lot of dumbbell bicep movements just really focus on isolating the biceps, which is good. You want to make sure you're knocking out those biceps, all right? But by incorporating the Zottman curl, you're also getting into those the forearm muscles. So you're going to be working the radial brachialis. You're going to be working a lot of other muscles. So on the Zottman curl, the main thing I want you to focus on is keeping your shoulders back. Don't round your shoulders forward. That tends to put more stress on your upper back and your shoulders, and it also cheats the movement. I want you to use a full range of motion. So when you're doing this, shoulders back, chest out, keep your elbows pinned to your side, curl the weight up with a supinated grip, meaning palms away from your body and then up towards your body. All right, so that's a supinated position. Once there, then you're going to rotate or pronate your wrists, and that's going to take the dumbbells or the palms away from your body, which is going to take the dumbbells back down, and that's where a lot of the forearm work is going to come from. So that's why I'm incorporating the Zottman curls, because it's a bigger bang for your buck bicep exercise. But all right, guys, there you have it. That is the full body workout that you're going to be doing 3 times per week. So the key point when you're doing these, I already explained the 4 sets and the rep range, 10 to 12 reps. But the other key point is rest no more than 60 seconds between each exercise. When you're working out with dumbbells, you're working out at home, the focus isn't to go as heavy as possible. It's to go as heavy as you can, but you are going to exhaust your muscles. You are going to get fatigued. Okay, so the main thing you're doing is increasing the intensity by utilizing less rest. You're increasing the intensity, which is going to get all of those anabolic hormones going through your body. It's going to help build more muscle. It's going to help boost that metabolism, which is going to burn more fat. So, and again, it's a hormone driver, so get more testosterone levels up there. So you're going to get a lot of benefits when you're doing this. Now you combine this workout with the nutrition we talked about, the intermittent fasting and the carb cycling, combine those with the active cardio days, and then man, you're going to get ripped in no time. Again, short-term solution here. I'm saying 6 weeks. You can possibly ride this out 8 weeks if you have that much time to get ready. But other than that, then like I said, look at some of my other videos that do more of a long-term fix. But this is a short-term fix, and I want you to put this stuff to use, man. No excuses. You don't need a gym. Like I said, all you got to do is get some dumbbells and put them to work. Make sure you're sticking to the nutrition. That is going to be key. First thing, once again, just eliminate the crap, replace it with the foods I told you about, You're gonna feel better, look better, and you're gonna be ready for your vacation or your big event, whether that be a wedding, a birthday party, whatever you're getting ready for, man. But if you have any questions about this video, comment below, let me know. Also, if you like it, give me a thumbs up and share it with your buddies. I wanna try to grow this channel as quickly as possible. I've also got an awesome app coming out if you're interested in personalized online training, all right? Personalized nutrition, personalized cardio, personalized workouts that you can do in a gym, outside of a gym, with bands, with dumbbells. I've incorporated everything into this app. It's also got nutrition that is gonna help you get to where you wanna be quickly and optimally, because I've incorporated my carb cycling. If you like keto, I'm not a huge fan of ketogenic diets. However, if you like keto, I've plugged it into my app. If you like intermittent fasting, it's plugged into my app. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. There's a lot of different nutrition strategies I like to utilize, and I do it on a person-by-person basis, because at the end of the day, if there's something you like that you can stick to, that you can adhere to, that you can follow and you can sustain, you're gonna get results. I don't wanna force you to do something you don't want to do long term. Once again, that's the key. Long term, my long term plans are totally different. This is my short term. But short term, get ripped, get ready. That being said, man, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. And that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.